Hi, Genesis. The stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. What is the role that I play in my own suffering? So I had a client who came to me that presented with anxiety, depression, low self-worth, low confidence, suicidal ideation, all the things. Now, the little plot twist here is that client was me. And 1 year ago, I was in a situation where I was in so much emotional pain that I didn't know what to do with. And I felt like I had two choices: die or live. And so I made a decision that I needed to choose my hard. I could either be in the hard of living in the emotional pain and the trauma that I was in, or I could be in the hard where I actually decided to choose healing. And so that's when I made the decision to move to Bali for my 1 year journey of healing. And it's so interesting how this event is called Give It Your All, because I really felt like I gave it my all. I left my country, I left my family and my friends, I left my partner. I was really happy about that one. I, I moved to Bali and I was completely emotionally numb, and I felt like I was starting my whole life again. I started building holistic daily habits. I joined a gym. I joined Body Factory, in which I showed up every day at 6 a.m. to do my journaling, my meditation. I focused on what I believe to be the 80% of what makes up daily holistic health: your diet, your exercise, how you manage stress, how you process emotions, your sense of purpose. And I just focused on that for 3 months until I started feeling again. And then when I finally thought I was feeling better, I experienced an event that shook everything. I was sexually assaulted in Bali. And now looking back on that, I am really grateful that it happened, because it taught me the one piece that I feel a lot of people are missing in their healing journey. It is the ability to feel safe. Not necessarily physically safe, but emotionally safe. And what that requires is for you to be able to do the deep inner work to regulate your nervous system. So I hired a coach that specialized in this, and I spent 4 months basically rewiring my nervous system, which took me through a journey of rewiring all the patterns I learned as a child, the anxious, the avoidant, everything in between. I took a whole holistic approach, because what you say to yourself matters. The people you surround yourself with matters. The content you read and the things that you do with your time matters. And so every single thing that I did meant that it felt like a life or death, because I had been through enough pain in my life to never want to go back there again. And nothing was getting in the way. So not only did I leave that partner, leave that country, and move to Bali, I left my job. I started, changing up the people I surrounded myself with. I started saying different things to myself. I started living in a way that I haven't lived before. And over time, I noticed the subtle shifts in how I was showing up. I started to feel calm. I started to feel grateful. I started to feel like I was living. And so I guess the piece, this information that I really want to land for everything, is I ended up creating a modality on what I found to be the most effective way of healing: the reflect, the release, the reclaim stages of healing. I had to ask myself the question, what is the role that I'm playing in my own suffering? Because how I was living, I somehow created that. And I needed to take accountability. Until I took accountability of the role that I was playing in that, I was not going to get anywhere. I was stuck. And so after I reflected how I got there, I released all of the pain, all of the trauma that was in my nervous system, and then I started to reclaim my identity. And the identity of what I wanted to create to actually achieve what I wanted in my life, because I wasn't getting anywhere. And since creating that identity, I was able to attract a new partner, a more secure partner, I was able to attract more aligned people that I wanted to spend time with. I was able to finally heal from something I didn't think was possible. And so to end this, I want to quote someone that has really inspired me during this journey. Her name is Virginia Woolf, and she says, "You have at least 1,000 capacities, even if you don't even realize it. You, as human beings, we have so much more potential than we even realize." And so I really want to inspire you with this story to be able to reach your potential and know that you're built for more. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
I think it's a really important message to land on, and that wiring on